there, people, I'm Bobby Brown. They say I'm the cutest boy in town. My car is fast, my teeth are shiny. I tell all the girls they can kiss my hiney. Oh God, I am the American dream. I do not think I'm too extreme, and I'm a handsome son of a bitch. I guess I'll get a good job and be real rich. Get a good.
With the recent changes brought about by COPPA, YouTubers are forced to mark whether their video is age appropriate upon upload. This, I can imagine, was a measure originally intended to curb the existence of creepy kids videos, which YouTube was full of barely a year ago. These videos got millions of views and benefited majorly off of the YouTube Kids app, and for parents who didn't monitor their children's cell phone time, this was a huge surprise. Because kids would often go on electronics expecting to find family-friendly content, and instead got tons of weird stuff thrown at them directly. I cannot say a lot about COPPA since every issue I could cover was already talked about by hundreds of other YouTubers. But it definitely didn't stop the exploitation of children for views as YouTube intended. In August of 2016, I made a small video called Dares, where I criticized a guy by the name of Dominic Tracy. At the time, he was 12 years old and making bank off of YouTube, with 190,000 subscribers. How do I know this number? I didn't need to go on Social Blade or look at my analytics. Dominic bragged about it himself in the footage I commented on. Look, it's right there, on the laptop.
Now don't get me wrong, kids have been immature since the dawn of time, but for kids to dare their friends to ask girls to be their girlfriends, and them accepting it and treating it like a normal thing in the public is a really stupid, immature, and mistreating thing to do. This kid is called Dominic Tracy and has over 300,000 subscribers. 300,000. The fact that you admitted to doing such a thing and treated it like a normal thing, it's horrifying. This was Exit Sir, aka Jacob, signing off.
My original criticism came from the fact that Dominic Tracy was making a fairly childish video about daring young girls to do a variety of things. I found this obnoxious and made some points about unsupervised YouTube content by young creators. According to the very reputable site Famous Birthdays and its acclaimed journalists, Dominic has been making YouTube videos since he was 6 years old. I cannot confirm this, but with simple math, if you go back on his channel, taking into account that he was born in allegedly November of 2003, you can see that his first video is from January of 2015, which means that he made his first appearance on YouTube when he was 11, roughly a year before I criticized him. As such, this would technically breach YouTube's terms of service, which require the person creating the account to be at least 13 years old. Worry not, my dear viewer. In the very description of his YouTube channel, a handy note reminds you. Important, as per Google/YouTube terms and conditions, this channel is owned and managed by Dominic's parents, who cannot spell conditions. Dominic is not old enough to own/manage his own channel. His parents monitor all forms of communication, comments, private messages, and email. Dominic replies to comments personally under his parents' supervision, and so on and so forth. I hold nothing against young YouTubers in particular, as most are just trying to find their place on the site. But throughout the years as I grew on the platform, I noticed that there are more and less reputable ways to do so. Also, as he is now 16, almost 17, I see no reason why this should stay up on his About page. Maybe to justify the account creation date, or he simply forgot to remove it. In the first year of the channel, 2015, Dominic grew exponentially, from reviewing sneakers, gaining him the ever so reputable title of Sneaker Kid. In his more innocuous style of content, his channel is fairly wholesome and suitable for almost everyone.
For the past 2 weeks, I'm going to make it up to you by a shoe collection video. So as you guys know, we're at 93 subscribers. We need 7 more. If you guys could click that subscribe button real fast, it would help a lot. There's going to be daily videos, hopefully, or there's going to be videos every 2 days, or 3 videos.
But like every YouTuber, he wanted to grow beyond the moment, and gain his fame from video title reacting to Jacob Sartorius and Ricegum's argument. After this single video in early 2016, his channel exploded beyond belief. At first, he didn't know how to handle his fame, as indicated by his following non-sneaker videos. First, putting the name of another famous YouTuber in the title didn't work, because there wasn't quite enough drama, but gained him some views from the new subscribers. Then a vlog, which understandably got no views at all. He continued making these vlogs for quite a while, seemingly in an attempt to create a daily upload schedule.
I have recently changed my name to Dominic Tracy because I am doing more than just sneakers, so I don't want it to be Sneaker Kid. If you guys accept it, it's just a name to do, just so it's not just sneakers anymore. Hopefully you guys can just stay with me. It's going to be the same schedule. It's still going to be sneakers and stuff. I'm just doing more than sneakers.
This didn't quite work for Dominic, as his videos were so short, they actually began to lose him subscribers. So around this time, I guess he would adapt the common practice of many YouTubers that he watched, asking and begging for viewers to subscribe in the beginning as well as throughout the video. This would happen in very unexpected and unrelated moments, like subscribe to Mongolium. His titles were misspelled, his thumbnails were very basic. It would seem that his 9 minutes of fame were over, but he persevered and tested results. In a reactionary statistical manner, Dominic and presumably his family analyzed which videos got more views and used those strategies repeatedly to stack up the numbers. This was anything from the thumbnail to video topic to the tags used. He soon made a follow-up to his older videos as the drama hit a new stage, and this too got some views again. But at this point there wasn't a single sneaker review on his channel left, and just as he leaped from that stage into clickbaity content, Dominic would go even further. He filmed a video in his middle school, which seems to have worked out good on both of us. However, whereas my video was a full hour-long documentary, his was around 8 minutes, and mostly showed corridors as well as other students throughout the day. Dominic also had some stellar video titles around this era. Prank? Leave ideas. Ricegum's channel got taken down? Why? As well as the infamous PLS do this. However, noticing that his videos weren't getting any views, Dominic went back to his old ways to gain some more. Using his already acquired thousands of subscribers and his proximity to the famous YouTuber Mac Juggernuggets, he went to his house to meet him. This video did phenomenally well for the time and way more than his previous one, creating an audience that would watch him with every upload. He soon began renaming his vlogs to generic titles in order to attract attention, such as I Was So Scared instead of Vlog 2. In one case, he even blatantly stole the title from another YouTuber, citing "These kids must be stopped." It was around this time that Dominic gathered himself a crew, no doubt after receiving attention from other kids at school, realizing he had garnered some e-fame from filming them. This crew is no longer with his videos as he has attained some new acquaintances in high school, but it is still notable. None of them have posted in around 3 years, so I couldn't reach out to any of them on the basis of this video, as much as I would like to. He soon made a video called "Do I Have a Girlfriend?", a repeat of his older video answering Instagram questions. This is where I note the fact that Instagram's policy does not work on the same as YouTube. And since Dominic was still months away from being 13, he could not possibly make one. Nevertheless, he decided to do so. From this somewhat innocuous Q&A, Dominic noticed that putting girls in his videos would get him more views, and diversify his audience to not only prepubescent boys, but girls as well, leading to a new classic, calling girls as Jacob Sartorius. By the time he turned the legal age to even operate an account, because of this, his audience was huge, providing him with a rare opportunity not many get. But he could not keep making his old videos. Dominic Tracy's channel was now centered around Musically, and this is where we first crossed. My rant about Dominic Tracy came directly after my rant about Musically. I realized this while editing a video where I went through my old channel. It took him 120 uploads to reach 100k, and just 17 more to reach 200k. With the assistance of no doubt several editors, his hobby grew into a business, and with that, a need to keep your audience watching. The strategies that Dominic learned from his first 100 uploads would then be used again, and again, and again. Soon the Sneaker Kid made a somewhat popular type of video, the now infamous lyrics prank, where one would take lyrics from a popular song and text them in order to get a reaction. This allowed him to implement every strategy from his older videos all at once. At 12 years old, Dominic unboxed his 100,000 subscriber block. But his most popular videos were either of using his minor sister for views, using a hypothetical girlfriend for views, a practice that continues to this day, and using the names of popular creators. His height of fame came after the movie It, as well as the killer clown epidemic. Remember that? Yeah, that. He made videos relating to the topic where he went around, looking in sewers attempting to find clowns. If Dominic Tracy wanted to find a clown, he probably should have looked in a mirror. His style of clickbaity content grew his audience to millions, but this amount of fame at such a young age, I would argue, corrupted his character. He is unlike any 16-year-old I know personally. From his videos, he appears to be exploitative, fame-hungry, and just straight-up rude to those around him. The fame got to Dominic's head, making him think he was somewhat immune to criticism. You are not. In 2016, I warned that the lack of parental supervision is dangerous to a YouTuber his age, and that the exploitive practices of creators older than himself can reflect on him badly. But no doubt by taking example from some other douche-tubers older than himself, and constant encouragement from relatives, Dominic Tracy ignored all warnings. He carried himself through online hail and storm, making videos that could just as well gain no views. But through that, he learned. But unlike a skill, a language, online fame is not necessarily a good thing to learn. While having a sizable audience set Dominic Tracy up for a successful life, he criticized many others to eventually gain a high ground, exploiting the algorithm just as the ones before him. Well, no doubt intelligent, Dom Tracy is great at replicating others, and while in the past his behavior could be misconstrued as a facade, I have not the shadow of a doubt in my mind that this has poorly affected his mental stability and content quality. In the past, I would have cried out to Dominic's parents to stop supporting this bland style of content, but Dominic is now old and responsible enough to judge for himself, so this is more of a plea to him. Your channel has achieved a lot, but it will not be a steady source of growth and income if you are not honest with yourself. Just because you turned off the comments in your videos and made yourself a name does not mean you are successful in every other area. Reusing the same thumbnail elements, and clearly utilizing people for your own personal gain, however entertaining it might be to watch, is a corruptive thing to do. Your channel wasn't an issue the last time I spoke, apart from some of your videos being inconveniences. And while I can admire Dom Tracy's attempts at fame and his constant work on his videos, as well as his improvements in thumbnail creation and editing, his personality is beyond repulsive, and seeing not only a YouTuber, but a person grow beyond my very eyes has been as damaging and heartbreaking as it was interesting. He will soon grow to be an adult, and if Tracy is to use the same strategies as he has for the past few years, he will not sustain the algorithm. Fame immortalizes you only in the minds of your viewers, but it is virtue, honesty, and dignity towards both yourself and your subscribers that hold personal responsibility in the long term. While your views may drop, and you may lose a few subscribers, your audience is aging, Dom. Stop the catchy thumbnails, stop using women in your life as eye candy for subscribers, and stop with the obnoxious titles. And YouTube, stop teaching young creators to be obnoxious for money and attention. Start promoting honest thought and discourse. Encourage criticism. From a kid reviewing sneakers, to a daily vlogger, to a lip singer, Dominic Tracy has become somewhat of an online figure. His journey towards online fame and clickbaity thumbnails give Dominic Tracy a place in my YouTube Hall of Infamy. Thank you everyone for watching this video. It took a fair while to edit and my audio is pretty messed up as well, as my technological capabilities are not as high as I'd like them to be. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in, and I sincerely hope you enjoyed and learned from this video. This video is not meant to be an attack at Dominic himself, but rather the content that he makes. I always believe that people can make better choices, and I hope Dominic does as well. So this is not really a rant against him as much as it is for YouTube promoting these kinds of content. If you sincerely do like Dominic and what he does, as I said in my last video, please go subscribe to his channel and check him out. He is now again faced with the choice whether to grow or be a good person.
This is
Mongolium,
aka Jacob, signing off.